Cool. Hello and welcome to my second session here, where we develop some little game powered by AI, Spring AI and Ollama, and Vaadin. Yeah. What I want to do today is, first of all, fix that layout. What we have right now is this one, this application. Let's clear things up. So this is our application. I started that already with IntelliJ. We have our service. The Docker client is running, the Docker host. And I started the Ollama Docker. And then I started this server, our application. And what we see is this. And if we type something in, it answers, even though it's pretty slow, I would say, but it's something, right? Great. So I just have to check. No, everything seems to be in order. Yeah, I think the quality should work. Okay, and what we want to do first is fix the layout, because that looks like rubbish. We don't want that. I just quickly, we'll go through all of these. I said, how do you use that layout stuff? And it came up with that default Vaadin layout. Let's just copy. Well, I think we can copy all of this in there. Okay, so what that does is use the Vaadin app layout. There is a defined layout. We'll see how that looks in a second. It creates some header and with some information that should be imported. Yeah, we want the Vaadin stuff, and I think that should be the flex component. And then it creates that drawer that is like a side menu where we can select the home view, and that in our case is the chat view. Well, I want to have that app layout because eventually I would like to have multiple games going on the side, and you can just add one by clicking a plus, and then you get a new chat, a new game. Oh, sorry. Game like one, let's call it that for now. And then it adds that to the drawer, basically. Pretty basic stuff. I would like to keep that as minimalistic as possible right now. So let's put that away. Yes, so far so good. And the next thing we have to do is add that to the layout to the root. So we should have a root already, and that should be it. Let's take this one. We have a root, yeah, with that value. And that should be it already, I think. Let's try that out. Right away. Doing some pausing. I hope my PC isn't slow or anything today, because it seems like it's not running that smoothly, but maybe that's the Ollama in the background. All right, it's doing some stuff, and eventually it should make this look better. Yeah, we don't need that all already. Well, we could eventually use the hot swap, because that makes things easier. Okay, so we have that basic app layout, and oh no, okay, that's too minimalistic. It does it is somehow responsive, but not in a way we want that. Let's use a better example from Vaadin itself. Oh yeah, we are in the browser already. So let's use Vaadin. the app layout. Yes, that's what we want. Oh, surprisingly, we landed on version 24. Usually you land on version like 8, but maybe they didn't have that back then. We did not define that as a layout. Don't know if that's a problem, honestly, because it uses this layout, so that shouldn't be a problem. And we, of course, don't want Hilla. Yeah, we want the flow, content area, and yeah, that's how it should look. I think I'm doing something wrong. Let's see. Maybe it's really that layout annotation, but it shouldn't be that one. We have some logo. But they do none of that. Let's show the code. Yeah, here we go. The drawer toggle, that's what's missing. And to draw the scroller, let's use that. It looks much better here, even though they didn't show this these nice icons as well. What? Oh, all right. Side nav, the scroller, class, okay. Where was that nice thing? Was that it? No. Here we go. That's it. Okay. So that's the nicest we can find. And that's about right. The only thing I want to keep is that router link, even though it also doesn't look that marvelous. All right, import all that stuff, please. Do I have to do that by myself? I think I have to adjust the IDE at some point to just import that stuff. Side nav. So the scroller, that is the drawer, I think. Add to drawer. No. That's not it. Yeah, okay. Okay. So we put that. No. I think now I got it. So we call that get side nav, and we simply return that navigation. Here we go. But it's not a side nav. Okay. Not sure what the difference is, but we'll find out. That's all right. Let's call it a nav for now. It should look much better, and we'll try to use the hotspot agent. That is a thing that is really useful, but what is the problem now? Requires running JetBrains runtime, which implements the low-level hotspot. Okay, includes a bundled JetBrains. Your project is configured to use Java. Oh, we did not define that. Okay. Is that not defined, the Java version? No, it is. It is. Will serve. So, all right. We have to. No, change it to 17. Yeah. We got one better. We have Java version 24 even. Oh, that's crazy. Maybe we have to add that in the Maven stuff. Here we go. A Java version in POM with Maven. Because yeah, sometimes you have to add that to the compiler plugin, and I never can remember what the syntax exactly is. So we want to have that, I think. Here we go. Is that enough? Maybe that's enough. And we just want to have that the same as the Java version. Here we go. Check that again, and then maybe he'll understand that this is fine. Ah, you fool. So that is too new, maybe? Well, but we'll try that. We'll use that a lot. Let's try it with Java 17. I don't know if Vaadin has a problem with it, but let's see. Okay, so we have to use so the variable is not all right, the 17, so we have to try 22, but just for that, no, come on, let's just change that. Where was it? Here we go. Okay, that's all that is. If we can then use Java 17, then we'll do that. If it makes IntelliJ happy and hotswap available, that would be very good, because hotswap is just so useful. Especially with Vaadin, you just change something in your code and it almost immediately refreshes the UI. Okay, so that looks like I wanted it to. And if we open that, then the side menu pops up. So that's the basic thing. All right, but still pretty basic. And what I would like to have here is a text field. Okay, let's adjust that a bit. First of all, I would like to have what's going on now? All right. I would like to have some kind of a divider, and I know that is possible in Vaadin. I just, again, can't remember what it is. So, yeah. Split screen, something like that. Split layout. That should be it. Split layout component. Yeah, let's try that. Version 24, that's great. And that's what I want eventually. So let's use that. Master and... What's the difference between master and detail? This should probably be the master and this is the detail. Okay. Okay, we'll use it. Oh, okay. So that's self-defined, isn't it? Okay, we don't know that. It's a flow component. It should be a free component as well, because sometimes you have to pay for those, but you don't. Yeah, expand that. So split layout. This should be the one. Okay, why didn't it import that? And it just takes two components. All right. So we'll make something that returns a component. Vaadin component, please. And we'll call that create ASCII art. All right, and we'll get simply what will we get? I want to have a vertical layout and return that one. Yeah, return a new vertical layout. That's what we want. And I want to have a text area right now. I'm not sure if it stays one. TXT ASCII art. Yes, let's call it that one. And we'll have to make that globally available probably, but right now we can just keep it local. And then I want to have a horizontal layout, like a status bar, where we can display health and stuff like that. At least that's something I would like to have. And then I think there is something like a progress bar, right? Yes. I very rarely use that in Vaadin, but let's call it this one. Yeah. For health. New progress bar. And then another one with mana, right? At least that's the idea. Great. And what are these? Min and max. Okay, we don't know that yet. Just put it at 0 and 1. And then is there an initial? Yes. We put it full in the beginning. That's basically it. Then we add the health and the mana, and then we add this to the vertical layout and this as well. And that should be at least one side now. Let's put that on the left side if that is correct. Yeah, we will add this. Okay, so for the other side, let's do the same here. Create adventure, no, story component. Yes. Can I? Yes. Format all of those things. Oh, it's getting dark, so one second. I should have switched to artificial lighting in the beginning. Another mistake here. One second. I have to adjust the filters in this thing to remove the green. That's all right again. Let's see how long it lasts until I'm completely on or the green is back. Yeah, I guess that should be all right. Okay, cool. Yeah, we want to have the create story component here. How do we start? We want to have a new vertical layout at the end as well. And I would like to have a big box of text, the text area, right? TXT story. So that's the main area. And we'll talk about styling this in a better way soon. Oh yeah, I think what I have to do as well is set with that size full. That's it. That's what we want. This one is also set width full. Yes, to this one as well, but this is mana and not health. And of course to this one, the width, yes. And the other one, that vertical layout, I think that should be full. This one as well, I think they are taking this anyways. Let's check that out really quickly. spacing. Ah, okay, maybe that's more hidden, or maybe I'm wrong. I thought they are already doing the size full thing. But the split layout for sure is set size full. That's what we want here. Great. Yes, the button is cool. We'll take that. We'll take that. Great. And put it here. The chat model. Ah, yes, yes, yes. The chat model. I think that's something that we have to have globally. Final, right, and then we do this. Cool. Easy. And then we can reference that, but we have to put that in text story. And great. We want to have that there, of course, but this stuff is in a separate horizontal layout. HL user input. That's a new horizontal layout with the text chat and the button to send. Great. I really have to think about time today because I don't want to waste all my time just programming Vaadin. That's not what we are here for. I just want to have a basic UI. Okay, I think that could be looking good. So let's check if the hot swap is running. It says it reloaded that stuff. So try it again. And it's looking better, but not as good as I hoped. Cool. But we have some stuff here and we can just send a prompt and say hello. And that should still work. For whatever reason, the LLM just takes some time to initialize. Ooh, that worked well. All right. Cool. Yes, we still got that stuff, but it all looks a bit weird. So why is the size not full? If we are going into that object, we actually said that this draw toggle? No, that's the other thing. No, that's the menu. Here we go. We are in this one and the height is 100%, but for whatever reason, it does not use the 100%. I think that's something that we come to terms with a lot. So if we take the bottom to 0, that doesn't help. Display. I have to check that later. Or we try that just for ChatGPT. My Vaadin 24 split layout at 100% height does not fill the screen by height. What to do? Yeah, blah blah blah. Split vertical UI height. Yes. Yes, that's what we did, man. Set size full. If you set makes it easier. Yes. Check the root layout in the window. Ah. That could indeed be a stupid mistake. Shall we just put that as a split layout? Is that something else here? Add to primary, add to secondary. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do it this way. And then here we go. And then we have a split layout here, and we call this, because that's a mistake. Then we don't have to add anything else. The orientation, I don't know what's the default one, but we'll see right away. And it should work with the hot swap again. Okay, still not great. Still not what we hoped for. And we still have that horizontal layout. Why? Why do we have that? Okay, so what happens too sometimes with the hot swap is that it doesn't work well. Hot swap failed, it says. So yeah, okay, hierarchy change. That was too much, I guess. Better luck next time. Okay, and if we're done with that layout, what's our next step? I described some things. Web layout, game prompt, and ASCII art. Okay, that's what I wanted to do today. So let's do it. Here we go again, and it's done. Yeah, here we are. That is looking like we expected, at least, except for the progress bar. Maybe we forgot to add that. That looks like we forgot to add the progress bar somehow. Here we go. Horizontal. Nope. We added it. Okay, let's check that really quickly. What's happening here? So we use the debugging tools, as you can see. We have that horizontal layout, and it's not. Yeah. What I do a lot is I add the parameter myself and then see what happens. And as you can see, the width would change a lot, but the height is important as well. Let's call that 50s. Not a lot, I guess. Now, why is that so short? That's a strange progress bar, but maybe that's a Vaadin default with 24. Don't know. But okay, so the problem is the horizontal layout here. We'll set the width to full, and then we are finally good to go. Yeah, all right. So this reloaded and it works now. Maybe, okay, one last thing, right? The last thing is we give it a bit of text, because otherwise, what's that? The title header, maybe? Isn't there something to add some text to it? I guess not. Usually they all have this, and the text area, I'm sure, has that. Set header, no title. Yes, here we go. And we'll say this is the UI. No. Graphics. I don't know. But let's just say something here. Yeah, we send this. The text story can have the title story. That's about right. And the text field is, oh yes, that would be good to have title, set title. Yes, that's the prompt. So we just have this one as prompt. And I keep saying this, but as one last thing is add key down listener. Is that the right one? I think so. And then we want to have a certain key. I think we can, yeah, the key. Enter will also do this. Let's do it this way. Here we go. That should do it. But it's just some event. Yes. Whew. These are the last steps. And then we can move on. One more time. Come on. Yeah. Okay. It doesn't display the title. That's weird. Well, let's keep it that way. Why? All right. Cool. So what we do right now is we just send the prompt directly. And we don't want that. At least not at the start. We want to give the chat model some kind of system prompt. Can we, is that too late maybe? Because there's only call methods and that's not what we want. Maybe the chat model also is too vague and we need a specific model. Now I think we need some configuration. Let's see what ChatGPT has to say for that. I have a Spring AI application which uses Ollama, and I want to change the system prompt. Oh, that's not that's not the Google prompt. Yes. So that's a chat client and not the model. And then we can have a request with these messages and call that. No. Custom system prompt. But what's the system prompt here? That doesn't look right at all. You typically be updating how you send in Spring AI when using the system prompt is part of the chat request message. Okay, so it's saying that we actually just can add messages. Huh. Okay. Right now, we are waiting for that send button to call the prompt. With the chat model, yeah, we can actually erase that because that's something we have here. Oh, this is static. Why is it static? Yeah. With that prompt. And now we want that one to change. So we can stream a prompt, but we can also stream messages, right? Can't we? This chat model, stream messages. Yes, we can do that just as good. So let's just change that. I don't know what the difference between this prompt is and the message. What? Prompt. The prompt class represents a prompt used in AI model requests. A prompt consists of one or more messages. Okay, so that's basically just a wrapper. And if we create a prompt, no, we actually, when we start the game, we want already a message to welcome us, right? Before we even do anything. So you know what? Let's have a dialog open up right away to input your name. So right after all this is done, we want to have a dialog. How do you do that? Dialog, there's something. Is there any util class? Let's check that out. Open dialog, really simple stuff. Dialog, set header title, and then, well, there's no helper class. Well. But it must have some show dialog open. Okay. So let's put that in a method. Yeah. Open hero name. No. Start dialog. And they must have some sort of already made dialog. I'm sure of that. Dialog variant? No, that's not it. Well, they keep adding and also removing stuff, so maybe that's just it. I don't know. But what we want to have is to open the dialog. Dialog, new employee, input hero name for starters. And then we can add that to this one. We just want to have the save button because there's no way to cancel that. I think there's also a option set closable, opened, yes, but visible, draggable, no. Close on outside click, false. And also dialog close. Set close on ASCII is also false. Great, then we have that one. Don't know what, yeah, okay. Something is here and the save button does something. Yeah, we want to have that. Actually, we want to have a new button with the just with okay. let's again try to keep that simple because we'll do too much of this already. We want to open the dialog right away, and if you click that save button at click listener event, sure, then we want first of all dialog close because we are done here, and then we have the hero name to something, and that's a text box, a hero name, new text box, hero name, like that. Oh no, it's a text field, sorry. Yeah. Here we go. Then we add that here, and we also get that get the value. And then we can also add some validation. But right now, we just leave it at that. And maybe hero name, set value to Hans. So this is our initial hero name. We create that field. Yes. Okay. And right after that, we can start the journey. Okay, let's have, nah. Let's leave a validation out of this. Cool. Now I would like to have this first prompt. Call the prompt, and this prompt we'll define here. Private static final string. And we want to have the initial prompt, right? That will be a longer prompt, I think. So we'll leave it at that. And we'll call the prompt. Yes, TXT chat. What about this second thing? Oh yeah, the text area. Yeah. Okay. You know what? Let's make that global. Right? Because we'll use it anyways. And as well as this one. Just move it over here. This is also final because it won't change. We might be clearing it, but we'll never change the object. So far, so good. This one, I don't know if we need that actually. So yeah, that's it. And that is txt story. That's what we want. Cool. So we don't need that here. We can clean our code up a bit. And this thing is great and all, but I would like to have that formatted and add the hero name. This hero name. Okay? Yes, there's nothing in the initial prompt, so we'll add the... Well, where are we? Here we are. We add that. So far, only our hero name is in the prompt, which is not good. It's really not enough, unfortunately. But the warnings should subside. Yes, we should actually call that as well. Great. New prompt, call prompt, and then it does the thing. Good. I actually, of course, did some preparation about the Hans fantasy adventure game. So it basically said that it should create a prompt that generates a text adventure featuring a hero named Hans, and we'll replace that then. It should be a fantasy adventure where the player can freely decide what to do. The hero has life and mana. That's what we established as well. And is dead if the life reaches 0. The reason I added this was because I want to add some functions there, some function calling, and that I hope we can get to that today. Actually, that will be my next step after this prompt initialization. And I would like to have it to be done after 15 steps or something, you know, depending on the player choice, but it should end at some point. The player has inventory. Yeah, let's see how that goes. Cool. So this is the prompt. Well, that's yeah, okay. That's a long prompt. but we'll just add that right now and see what happens. See what comes out of this. We just have to, yeah. Okay, the formatting isn't great, but we can fix that later on. What we want to do now is actually replace, Hans with S, because that's, maybe that wasn't the smartest move. That wasn't the smartest move, definitely. And the problem is we have a lot of these now. Again, we have to change that. Okay, let's replace Hans with hero. Hero's health with hero. Okay, and then we just add a last thing. The hero's name is okay. So we have only one argument in this whole thing. And yeah, that could work. I'm not sure. Let's try it out. That's what we're here for. Trial and error. And there are lots of errors. Oh, damn it. I actually forgot to commit a lot of stuff. Okay, so downgraded Java because of hot swap with IntelliJ. That's what we did here. Then we added a main layout. This is great. And let's leave the initial prompt out of this. We did this. This is important. But we can leave all of this out of it. And oh well. Yeah, well. What can we do? We add this. We add everything here but the initial prompt. And we rearranged the UI. And now we are here. Let's push that all right. And we are good to go. Let's see if this app is still alive. Input hero name. The hero name here displays the title. Here it does not. Maybe we used a text area and text areas are different. That could be the case here. That's all right. Let's click OK. It actually reloads the page. No, okay. So that was something initially. I'm hoping for some results. But there's nothing. Ooh. Oh yes, very nice. Some errors. Format specifier S, yes. Is that wrong? I think that's not wrong. I think that's the common version. Formatted to few arguments, found 1, expected 2. Why do you expect 2? Oh, because there are 2 S's here? Yes. Starring a hero. Oh no! So named S, so that's already here. We don't have to put that in again. Okay. And you know what really bugs me? Still the layout. The text chat, that is quite all right. but the text story should really set size full because we want to have that on full display. Now we saved but we changed that static variable. So I'm not sure if that works. Okay. The mouse is lagging a bit again, so I guess it could be that the LLM is actually working. But it does not seem that way. We should see that here, right? It does something. It does something. Not a lot. Let's try that out. You stand at hello. Okay, so it could be that the LLM is just really, really slow. And it's processing two prompts at the same time. Okay, cool. That is actually quite funny, but not really good. But we have some choices. What will you do? Yes. Okay, so now we have the problem that this LLM actually does not have any memory. That's something we want to fix. Because if we type in A, it does not know what it's previously said. I actually also had something here. Yeah, Ollama memory. So eventually I would like to have a storage like a database behind that. But right now we just want basic memory that it's saving something here. Replace in memory chat memory store. So we want to have the chat client with a memory chat client. Yeah, that's not bad. I think that's valid. And it should actually just work maybe. Because we initialize the chat model one time if we enter that UI, if we enter that path. So it should be here and then it has this memory. And next time you reinitialize the chat model and hopefully reinitialize the memory as well, because we don't want to have the memory saved over the whole system all the time. But of course, I don't want to have that here. So this is a memory and a chat client. Let's make a class called chat configuration, right? And that is again very basic. And there is nothing here. Memory, yes, we we don't want the sun JNA memory. We want to have something else. And yes, that's what we don't have. We want to have the Spring AI memory in memory for right now. Okay, I hope you can't hear the vacuum in the background. We just started. Let's add some. Oh, one second before we move on. So this is the first prompt, and we want to add that. Initial game prompt. Okay, now we move on to the next thing, which is the dependency. Here we are, and here we have our AI dependency, and hopefully there is something like this within memory. Yeah, thanks, Eriochrome. We'll have some fun with Hans. Okay, let's see if there is something like this. And if not, we have to really power Google instead of ChatGPT. That would be strange. It's resolving something, but it does not find what we are looking for. Chat memory. Yes, that sounds good. Why isn't that available? Chat memory. Oh, okay. So no in memory or anything like that. That's valid. Come on. Resolving. Downloading. Great. Here we go. Yes. Now. No. Import the right class. Nope. Wrong. Ah, you fools. This is all wrong. Don't you know? So, well, I don't know. I think ChatGPT is messing with us. We really have to use Google once again. Spring AI memory in memory. Chat memory, yes. Reading documentation, not created by an AI. That's so weird. Message window chat memory. Quick start. Spring AI auto-configures a chat memory bean that you can use directly in your application. Great. By default, it uses an in-memory repository to store messages. Amazing too. And a message window chat memory. Implementation to manage the conversation history in a different repository is already configured. Yes, we don't want that. The following sections will describe further the different memory types. Great. Okay, so first of all, that might be enough. Chat memory repository. I don't care about that if we don't need to describe it right now. I don't know where I should put that in. Actually, I want to do as less work as possible, and that is a big surprise, I'm sure, for all of you. Let's take this. But then we have a chat memory, and we have to do something with it. Memory. Yeah, that's great. But how do we add this? How do we add the message? Yes, yes. Okay, build a build, chat memory, great. And then we have to create a chat client. And I guess this is all done like this again, actually. Yeah, it's pretty close. It's pretty close, but it's not right. Yes, yes, the chat model. And that's what we get actually here. Strange. So I think we have to use the chat client in the chat view. We don't need that right now because hopefully it just works again. And I know I say that a lot. Chat client. Let's see. We'll inject this instead of the model. And at some point we have to call this. And there we have less options. I don't like this. Chat client request spec. Mutate. That's not good. Prompt and mutate. That's almost nothing. We need more options here. chat client, prompt, user, advisor, call, content. Okay, so they are calling this completely different chat memory, yes. Oh, if you're working directly with a chat model instead of a chat client, you can manage the memory explicitly. Ha, that's what we want actually. User chat memory, add conversation ID. But I'm not sure if that isn't something better. The prompt, the user, advisors, call, content. Builder with a chat model. Yeah, build. And then we can call a prompt. Let's see if we can do that with the chat client. So the prompt is something, and then we can have messages here. Great. And then can we subscribe? No. Yeah, because we also want to have some tool callbacks as well at some point. Stream. Well, what are you talking about? Ah. Yes. Yes. Ah, great. So the messages are these. We actually have the prompt here. So do we need the messages? No, we don't need those because we have a prompt. That's getting interesting. Get results. Get output, yeah. Oh. I'm sensing something strange. What's going on here? No, everything is fine. Build. You can build it. Okay then. There's some valid errors, at least here. Great. Yeah, okay. You don't need to hard reload right now. That's not something you can do. Damn it. I actually wanted to call the tools today, but I can't. This is not enough time. The Vaadin styling took such a long time. I blame Vaadin. All right, here we go. Very interesting. No such bean definition of the chat client. Come on, guys. There's a bean right there. Why don't you use it? Yeah, why don't you? Is this the right chat client? Maybe here's the wrong one, or we have to configure something again. But this is the right one. And there is actually stuff. Yeah, we have the bean, chat client, chat model. We have everything together. But you know what? I don't want to mess with this right now because I want to have a result ready now. So we still use the chat model here because that's available somehow. And then we create our own chat client from that. Okay. I don't think this is the proper way to go, but it is one way, and it's a fast way without dealing with Spring Bean stuff. Let's see. It's doing something. It's doing a lot. But is it doing the right things? We will see. Input hero name Hans, of course. And then we have to wait a few good seconds. Let's put that here. There's something going on. Of course, there are a lot of things I can optimize, like having LLaMA use the GPU. And I noticed something with the Docker desktop. I don't have that update yet. But on my work version of this, there are some Docker models where you can just run LLMs directly in Docker. And I hope there's some better support then, better performance as well. Okay, so this is writing something beautiful, I'm sure. Because, as well, this is pretty slow. So if you want to play that game, you have to have a lot of time, and we don't want that for the player. We can choose from these actions, and if the memory is working, we can select one, and it will just add follow path 1 into the forest. Yes. Follow path. Yes. Yes. That's great. That's cool. Cool. Not cruel. It's cool that this works. We still got a long way to go. One thing is performance. That's really something I would like to tackle on my own, because that takes a lot of time, I think, and a lot of fiddling around. But yeah, that's cool. And that is it for today. I think that is a great way to stop. We added some memory here pretty easily, actually. It isn't that big of a deal. It shouldn't be, but you never know. Added some memory to the LLM. Cool. As usual, there is this repository available with the AI ASCII adventure. There's still no README. I should add that. Yeah, but I'll continue maybe next week. I'm not sure about that, as usual. But thank you very much for watching. I hope you could take away something from it. And if you don't, just check out my repository. I think that's a really, really small repository with some interesting stuff in here, like the Docker Compose, or just the chat view with this really basic chat client. Yeah, thank you for watching.